Assalamualaikum, welcome to my channel. First of all, I'm filming this after work, which I never normally do, and that is why I'm looking pretty rough. Secondly, I basically had to film this video now because I have got bags and boxes piling up in my room and I just want to get rid of them. So I'm going to be doing a general Black Friday haul and then another ASOS one separately at the weekend. Okay, I'm going to start with the only thing that I've actually brought from the shop on Black Friday. I went at the weekend on Saturday and I picked this one thing up from Zara. Zara only had very few items that were on sale, but this one item that I saw that I really liked, I thought was a really good deal. So this is like a coatigan basically, and it was £50 and I got it for 20 quid. And from the outside it just looks like a sort of normal cardigan, but then you see the collar and the fur and it's so nice and warm and cozy. And what I really love is the hood itself. That's what kind of drew me to it the most. Now I'm just going to pop this on because it's pretty chilly. This is a size small, by the way, and it's supposed to be very oversized. They had a black colour, a blue colour and like a reddish colour as well. And this is the hood. The hood is absolutely huge. It fits perfectly well with my hijab and I absolutely love it. I really appreciate when the hood is a decent size. I have to say, like, this Black Friday I feel like was a pretty huge letdown. Most brands were doing sales in the run up to Black Friday, and then on the actual day they didn't even have that much of a big discount, and there was probably bigger discounts on Cyber Monday than Black Friday. Moving on to E.L.F cosmetics, they had 50% off their site. A lot of these products I've actually already tried in the first impression style video, which is already up on my channel, and the first thing is this Alyssa, Ashley and E.L.F gloss. This full price is £7.50 I believe, but half price is just an absolute steal, and I'm wearing it today with some lip liner. I think it's lovely. It's not sticky in the slightest. It feels so comfortable to wear and it lasts a decent amount of time as well, about 2 hours when eating and drinking. I'm a really big fan of this. I love everything about it, from the packaging to how it applies to the colour. I think it's just beautiful and she does such a good job with that, so I'm really pleased I picked this up. I also purchased one of their baked highlighters. This is in the shade Apricot Glow and it's very subtle, which I really like. I think it's perfect for day to day. If you're somebody who's looking for a highlighter but you don't want to look sparkly or shiny at all, you just want a really soft subtle glow and you've got like a medium skin tone, I definitely recommend checking this out. I picked up one of their lip exfoliators in the shade or smell Sweet Cherry. I actually had their original one before and I really like this. It looks like a regular lipstick basically. When you apply it, what comes off is like a sugary sort of mix, and what I like about it is that it's really hygienic to apply. You don't have to keep dipping your finger back in a pot and like applying it like that. You literally just put it on your lips, scrub them and then take it off. And again, this was really affordable. It's affordable anyway, but then in the 50% off sale you get it for an even better price. I picked up 4 of their eyeshadow brushes, and again, E.L.F brushes in general were some of my first makeup brushes ever. It is their Selfie Ready Foundation Blurring Brush, and it's just a really nice domed shaped foundation brush. I again tried it out in my first impressions video, so if you want to see it in action, definitely go and check that out. I have to say I'm a really big fan of this. It reminds me of the Real Techniques buffing brush, but it's a little bit smaller than that and a bit more rounded, so I found it perfect for like getting into the nooks and crannies of the face, and it did a really good job at blending out foundation. In terms of quality, their brushes are not the best ever, but they will last you if you look after them for sure. The second face brush that I picked up is the Pointed Powder Brush. This looked like a really nice brush online for like precise powder application, and now that I can see it in person, it definitely seems like it will do a really good job at that. It is so super soft as well. Like, the quality of these synthetic brushes are so nice. The 2 eyeshadow brushes that I picked up are both new in their line. The first one is called their Detail Crease Brush, and I picked this up because I was reading some of the reviews on their website and people were saying this is just so good to have if you've got smaller eyes. This one is the Fluffy Eye Blender Brush, and if you know me, you know I always love to test out new blending brushes. That's probably one of my favourite things to buy. If you'd like some recommendations on my favourite e.l.f. brushes and the ones that I would repurchase, definitely leave me a comment below and I will be happy to do a blog post at some point in the holidays. Moving on to a bit of a fail product, unfortunately. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and as you can see it does not have a top on it because the pump was useless. Pretty difficult to get the product out, and I don't really know why that was the case. I don't know if I'm going to end up using it or not. Hopefully I will be able to find a way to make it work, but yeah, I wasn't too impressed with the packaging of this. Another product that I've always seen on e.l.f. and I've always been curious about is their eye refresh. I'm just going to test it out in the back of my hand. Feels very cooling so far, but there's nothing coming out. I'm interested to try this out in the mornings especially. I'm not sure what it will do for dark circles. I'm kind of a firm believer that there's not really a product that can get rid of dark circles. You can diminish them by drinking water and sleeping on time and using sweet almond oil, but I don't really think a product is going to be able to magic away your dark circles because I have tried so many different things for them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this out and hopefully it will be a nice addition to my morning routine. I also purchased the e.l.f. Intense Ink Eyeliner in Blackest Black. I've never tried any of their eyeliners before. I never like to spend a lot of money on my eyeliners, so I thought I would give this one a go. I don't think it's new or anything. So it's like got a very sharp pen tip there. Wow. Super pigmented. I don't know how well you can tell. Almost like a calligraphy pen. And I'm looking forward to trying this out as well. I purchased the e.l.f. Lock On Liner and Brow Cream in the shade Medium Brown. I was very happy with how it went onto the brows. It glided on really easily. I did not need a lot of product at all. However, I don't think it has the best lasting power. Personally, I don't have time to be using like 2 or 3 products on my brows on a daily basis. But yeah, I was not too fussed about this. I did try out their Correct and Set Eye Powder. It's actually on my dressing table, which is so far away at this point, but the packaging looks like this anyway. And I got it in the shade Banana, which is deep tone. And I have to say again, I was pretty meh about it. I didn't really correct at all. It was just a setting powder, and I did find by the end of the day it hadn't really held my concealer in place at all. So concealer has gathered under my eyes in my fine lines, and that's the 3rd or 4th time I've used this powder and I've not been very impressed. It's supposed to be perfect for baking and gives a smooth finish. No, I am not convinced by that at all, and there's definitely better versions out there. Something a little bit random but definitely needed because of the amount of loose glitters I seem to own is the e.l.f. Glitter Glue, and this again is something that I wanted to pick up for a while, but it always seems to be out of stock. The final product from e.l.f. is the colour correcting stick for deep skin tones, and it's supposed to correct dark circles. This again is one of their new products. Haven't tried it under my eyes yet, but I will swatch it for you guys and show you what it looks like. It's a pretty pigmented orange colour. It's definitely promising and I'm really looking forward to trying it out. I like the fact that the formula is not liquidy at all, because most colour correctors are liquid and this is very much like a cream finish, and that means that it's going to set much quicker than a liquid, and then you can get on with applying concealer on top much faster. Okay, moving on to NIP&FAB. Now they had an amazing sale and I'm kind of sad that I actually ended up picking these items up when they had 30% off, because then they had a further 50% off on Black Friday, and they continued it on all the way to Cyber Monday, but by that time my bank balance was like, stop, enough, you've spent enough money. I picked up 3 things from them and all 3 things I actually adore. I tried them out in my last video, so I'm not going to speak about them too much. But the first thing I picked up was their foundation in this cute little tiny bottle. It is 30ml and this is in the shade 20, and it's my perfect match. I've been wearing it to work every single day this week. Absolutely loving it. It is amazing, especially when set in place with powder first. It just is like my perfect finish. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy. It makes my skin look lovely. I can't feel it on my skin. I also purchased a NIP&FAB Liquid Gold highlighter. This is in the shade 02 Rose Gold, and I really adore this as well. It's just perfect for mixing in with your foundation, putting all over your skin, then putting your foundation on top, or putting it on top of your foundation as a highlighter. I love it. Not got much to say about it. You can see it in action in my last video. And another colour corrector, this is the NIP&FAB one in terracotta. This is pretty pricey, it's not anywhere as cheap as E.L.F, but it's quite similar. I'm just going to swatch them next to each other. The E.L.F one is probably more of a carrot shade of orange, and this is more of a yellowy orange. I'm not sure which one would correct better. I'm definitely going to be testing that out over the next couple of weeks, but so far I'm really liking this, and a little bit goes a really long way. Okay, moving on to Beautybay. I'm going to speed through these really quickly because I will be doing further videos on them, but the first thing I picked up was a Jouer, I think, Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. This is a really new foundation, and I've heard a lot about it. I've seen a couple of reviews on it as well, and I'm not sure that I've got my right shade at all. I think it's around 30 something pounds, and I got it for £25. It's only 20 millilitres, but apparently one pump is even too much for someone's face. It looks like this, and I got the shade Latte. Now, I've not tried this on my face yet. I kind of want to do a first impression try on at some point, but I have a feeling that Latte is a little bit too beige for my skin tone. I then picked up 4 of the LA Girl concealers. I purchased Pure Beige, which I think is my closest skin tone shade. I got Creamy Beige, which is my favourite under the eye shade. I absolutely love it. I've been using it on a daily basis recently, and I'm really enjoying it. I purchased Warm Honey for my mum because that shade is closest to her, and then I saw this new shade which is called Highlighter, and it's just white, and since I quite like the formula of the LA Girl concealers, I decided to pick it up because it's just good to have to lighten things up if they are too dark. So yeah, these were around £3 each in a sale, which I thought was great. You can't go wrong really, and I know that I love them, so I had to pick up some more. I then purchased an oldie but an absolute goldie, the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs and rose water. I was totally out of my other one. I had the green version as well, and that was good, but this one is just my favourite. These are not too expensive, but they had definitely upped their price. When I first reviewed it 2 years ago, and I said it's like a much better version than MAC Fix Plus, it was pretty cheap, and since the hype has grown, because I think Carly Bible started talking about it and loads of other big YouTubers, they have upped their price. However, it is amazing. I don't like leaving my house without spraying this on before. Whatever makeup I'm wearing, or if I'm not wearing makeup, it doesn't matter. My skin loves this. It's the rose water in here. It just is so moisturising and comforting to the skin, and any powder that you have on, it just diminishes the powdery look within one spritz. I love it. And the final thing I picked up, so it was quite a small Beautybay haul, is the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. I got the shade Peach because it was a lot cheaper than the others. I'm not sure why it was a lot cheaper, maybe because people just don't tend to like the smell. But it looks like this, and I've heard a lot of really good things about it on YouTube. I've heard that it just lasts really well to set your makeup. There is a difference between a facial spray and a makeup setting spray, even though you can use them both in the same way, like with before makeup or after makeup. This one is more for sort of hydrating your skin and getting rid of that matte powdery look, and this one is more for keeping your makeup in place. I wouldn't bother to use this on a day-to-day basis, but I would use it when I really want my makeup to last, or for example if I'm going out for a meal after work and I don't want to be touching up, because I do not have time for that at work. I spray this in the morning and hopefully it would keep my makeup in place, versus this I would use on a daily basis. And that is the end of my general Black Friday sale. I picked up quite a lot of things. It doesn't seem like much now, but it definitely added up. I will be doing a separate ASOS one because I made 2 orders on ASOS. That video will be filmed at the weekend, and it will be coming out maybe in a week's time from this one. But I hope you enjoy seeing what I purchased. If you enjoy watching hauls, make sure you give me a thumbs up. It just helps me to know what you guys are liking more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!